Hi everyone, it's A Ticket to Christ, and we are talking about being aware of certain things because the Lord calls certain things to attention. He says, beware of them. And it means to be, to be mindful of these things, to pay attention, to, be on your guard, be on the lookout. And for some things, it's things in our character. Well, for everything, it's things in our character. And one of the things that he was talking about was about the end times. And it's Luke 21 from verse 34. I want us to look at, he says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Okay, so we can pause there. And this is a part of a bigger context when Jesus was talking about the end of days, the end for Jerusalem, for Israel as a nation, which Jerusalem was destroyed in the year 70 AD. So he was talking about when that nation would be destroyed and the people scattered. But he was also talking about the end, right? The end of days for the world. And so it's that part, I think, that these two passages, these three passages are related to, because he was talking about just some of the things that would happen when everything comes to an end. And he says to take heed of yourselves, watch yourselves, right? So that your heart won't be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this life. What I get from this is saying, don't allow yourself to have that moment where you fall into sin and wallow in it. Don't allow yourself to go there. Don't think, oh, I'm just going to take a break from being righteous this one time, because that one time might be your last time. And you can think of someone like Esau, who in the New Testament, it talks about him. I think it's the book of Hebrews, where he was godless and sold his inheritance for a bowl of soup because he was so overwhelmed with fatigue. He was so tired. He, made a rash deal. And so that's what I think the Lord is getting at here. Don't allow yourself to become a rash, right? Your heart to be overcharged because of, the challenges of life and the cares of this life. And so before you know it, you're caught up in, not living righteously. And the day of the Lord comes upon you unawares, like a trap, right? So it's saying like a snare, right, on all them that dwell on the face of the earth. So the Lord is saying, those who, if you're not living righteously, that day will come like a snare. Well, the implication is, if you're living righteously, it won't come as a snare. I'm sure the Lord will bring certain things to your attention, and you will be aware that these are the signs that the Lord talked about, and the Spirit will prompt you. But if you're not living righteously, it will creep up unawares. And so the Lord in verse 36 is saying, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. And that is what we want to continually do. You don't want to just live your Christian life casually, and you want to make sure that you are counted worthy. And I think of when he says that in the book of Revelation, the letters to the 7 churches, and one of the churches, I believe, was told that the Lord would keep them from the day of trial and suffering that would come upon the face of the earth, because they were righteous. They were righteous. They were one of the two churches, I believe, who didn't have to be rebuked about something, but they were still called, the Lord still called them to overcome and to persevere. And so I think that this is a good one to pay attention to, as something to be aware of, to be mindful of. Just making sure that when challenges come, life gets tough, the world grows dark, whatever is thrown at you, that you don't give yourself that space to drift spiritually, or slip up, or to have a bad moment. That you don't allow yourself to feel entitled to any bad moments, that you hold yourself on a tight leash, so to speak, right? Because it's just too much at stake. And that the satisfaction of giving in to the emotion, trust me, the emotion is never satisfied with just that one thing. It will open up a torrent of destruction in your life, and that is not how you would want to be operating when the Lord comes back. You want to be there praising Him, helping people to know Him, doing the good, being a light, bearing much fruit to the Father. And Jesus shows up, and you're just overjoyed with seeing Him, and just this sense of relief that He can look at you and say, well done, good and faithful servant. That is it from me, beloved. Have a great day. Take care.